Okay. All right, welcome everybody. This is so exciting. I'm Lisa License, and I am an Executive Regional Vice President with Arbonne, and we'll talk a little bit about like what the heck does that even mean in a few minutes. But just wanted to say hello, welcome you, thank you for jumping on Marcy's launch, whether you're listening live or recorded. And then I'm going to hand it over to Marcy for a little bit to just share like what the heck she's doing, what's going on, why did she decide to do something like this? So I'm going to hand it right over to you, Marcy.
Okay, I guess I'm on the spot today. All right, so I guess I'm just going to start with like how I know Lisa. She is a very good customer at Frontier Power Sports, and we've shared some book ideas together back and forth, and we just really clicked as people. So she sent me a link to the Arbonne, and I kind of looked at it, thought about it, hesitated about it. And then Lisa and I got together for coffee, and I really did think that it was going to be a half an hour coffee. And I think it turned out, Lisa, what, like an hour and a half, I think.
At least, yeah.
I left work, I left work. I was gone for like an hour and a half, and I'm like, okay. And at that point, she just asked me on a scale of 1 to 5 where I was, like 1 being, hey, I like the product, I'd probably like to swap some things out, or 5, I really am interested enough that I want to do this. It's like, like an online store. And I was at that point a 5. So I went back, we signed me all up as a consultant. A couple of days in, I went to a 1. I called Lisa, my sponsor, and I just said, hey, I'm freaking out here. And as a sponsor, she said, everybody does. It's normal. And since then, I've been on board. I'm in 100%. I cannot tell you the love and support from the Arbonne family that this has done for me. And I guess the last thing is like, what made me say yes? I wrote down the word freedom. Like, if a lot of people that are probably on the call don't, I mean, a lot of you guys know this, that I have never been out of the country on a vacation. That's my first goal. Like, this is going to do it for me. Like, that's how I feel about it. So I'm thanking everybody for all your love and support today and being on the call. All right.
Awesome. Yay. I love it. And yeah, it's so fun how this business works too, just because Marcy, I thought of you back in April, or I've thought of you kind of, we've been shopping with you guys for a while, and Marcy, you just always struck me as like you're so good at what you do, and just really invested in everyone that comes through the door, and it just made me think like, gosh, because people, if you're kind of good at what you're currently doing, like those skills transfer to this business. And I think that's something that I didn't realize at first when I first started this. I had no idea what I was doing. Some days I still don't. But what I want to do in this next 20 minutes or so is just kind of explain like what we are, what is Arbonne, what is this, why give it a second thought, and how this could maybe be something that helps you get from kind of where you are right now to maybe where you'd like to be, or kind of like Marcy said, to vacation more, or maybe it's doing less than you're currently doing. So my journey is just a nugget of it. So I'm a dietitian by trade, a registered dietitian. And it was about 5.5 years ago. I was working full-time in eating disorders. And I loved what I did. Like, I loved my clients. I loved my coworkers. But at the end of the day, I did not own my time. I didn't own my time. And I was spending more and more time away from my family and the people that I really wanted to be around. And I was pregnant. I was about 5 months pregnant with my son. We had some trouble, having him. We'd been through some things. And the thought of not being able to see him more than a few hours a day for his, life for the forever, I was like, that just made my heart ache. And so, but we needed my income. I mean, like everyone else, we were paycheck to paycheck, just trying to like get through, and had kind of looked at like the last few years and like, what are we doing? Like, I am capped out. Our dreams they really aren't, it's just kind of, making things just existing at this point. And so we were kind of in a spot of like, what do we do? Where do we go from here? And I feel like that's really I think that's a pretty common thing. I make myself feel better by thinking that, like, I think most people are looking they want a little more time freedom and would love a little more breathing room for finances. And how do you do that? Like, how do you get ahead without adding another job that is $1 per hour, or like going back to school for something and then accruing a bunch of student debt, or, it's hard to do that. And so when this came across my plate, a neighbor was launching her business. I'd heard of the products and I remembered liking them. So I thought, great, I'll go support her, probably get a few things. But what I heard, two things that night that we'll share with you that totally flipped my world on its head. The first one being the ingredient philosophy. So Arbonne is about a 40-year-old company, and I love the response that we get. Sometimes people are like, oh, I think my grandma used to use that, or my mom's got some, weird orange bottle in her closet. And I love that we are that established. 40 years in this industry is like, that is a badge of honor. Like, we have worked out the bugs. We are not going anywhere. Our heritage is strong. Our culture is strong. Our business is strong. And I love that about us, that we've been around. And so we were actually founded by a Norwegian man with a complete vision. He was a visionary back in 1980. He had a vision for healthier products for everyone. And he was very specific about putting it in a model, not a retail model. He wanted this to be an option for people not only to be healthier physically, but healthier financially and just healthier with lifestyle, having more options. And so he specifically chose to have it be in this network marketing model. And I'll explain a little bit more about like what that is for those of you who aren't familiar with it. And so the other thing is this European Union standard that we abide by. So that's what he did right away. He's like, you know what? We're not going to mess around. We are going to stick to the European Union standards. And what that means is there's about 1,500 chemicals that are banned by the European Union. And that's what they have to abide by over there. Over here in the US, we abide by the FDA, and there's about 10 ingredients that we can't put in personal care. So huge difference. And then Arbonne goes above and beyond about another 500. So those 2,000 chemicals that we don't put in any of our products. And why does this matter? Because I was like, blah, blah, blah. I pay pretty good money for my products, so I'm sure I'm fine. But here's the scoop. What you put on your skin is your largest organ, and it's kind of passive. And so what you put on it, a large percentage of it is in your bloodstream within about 30 seconds. And that was a piece of information that I could not unhear. Like, once I heard that, I couldn't like knowingly feel good about what was in my in my shower or in my makeup bag or, in my kid's diaper. Like, I was like, oh, crap, like I need to actually pay attention to this. So the good thing about it though is that because of the nature of the products we have, it's literally everything you need to get ready in the morning. So what Arbonne does is pretty much single-handedly helps you remove a large number of toxic chemicals from your daily routine. So we have everything from body wash, shampoo, conditioner, to skincare, to nutrition, to full color cosmetics, a baby line, a men's line, kind of a spa line, everything in between. And so that made a ton of sense. So as I was listening to this nurse who was telling me this information, boxes kept getting checked in my head. I was like, okay, so it matters what I put on my skin and in my body. All right. Here's an easy way for me to swap out what I'm doing. I need to purchase different things that I'm currently doing. Here's an easy way to do it. It's just online. It ships right to me. I don't have to go to my friend's house, to her basement or her closet and like get my Arbonne order, and pay her and whatever. It's online. I'm already online shopping anyway. This is just one more way to do it. That's super efficient. So all these things kept getting collected. I'm like, okay, and I'm just gonna, my friend then is gonna make a commission from me buying my skincare and shampoo, conditioner, and baby wash, or I can just open my own store. And so it just made a ton of sense because these are expenses that we will have forever. We're never going to reach a point in our life where we're like, sweet, we got next month, we're done with our shampoo and conditioner. We're good. We can check that one off the budget. Like, nope, you don't pay that off ever. Like, it's just, you are always going to shower, hopefully at least once a week. Always going to probably use some kind of body lotion, probably can always eat, probably can always use some sunscreen or some mascara or whatever, I hope to be. I'm one of those old ladies that I'm still going to like request my mascara at least be done in the morning. But you get my point, is that these will never go away. So it makes this a super no-brainer to have it be an expense that you can turn into an income. And so what I did, and what Marcy's chosen to do, is just, take that expense and turn it around and shop from her own store. So what she's doing is stopping buying what she was buying from, wherever, from Target or online or wherever. And then she just shops from her own website, like online. It gets shipped right to her. And when she does that, then she, can share those things. She can share her experience. And that's what we do. We just share what we're doing. This is one way we're doing it. So she's sharing with you guys that this is what she's up to. And then she's going to be sharing with people, in like a group setting, maybe, doing some nutrition, doing some skincare kind of on the spot, and like helping people find their fit. So that's how it works, you guys. And when I first looked at this, I was like, but wait, does anybody ever make any, like, how do you make money doing this? Because that's what I didn't want a hobby. I was already working full time. I was pregnant. I was not looking for something extra to do. I was looking for a way to replace my income, for sure, at least part of it. So that was the other thing that I learned that night, was the woman who was presenting was a labor delivery nurse, and she'd replaced her income in 3 months. And my jaw hit the floor, and I was arms crossed, like, I don't know if I believe you, but I couldn't unhear that one either. And so when she explained to me, though, like how you make money with this, that totally made sense too. So what it is, so if you think about it, my brain works in analogies, so bear with me. So when you open your store, your Arbonne store, it's, online, you don't carry anything. It's sort of like, like, how does Target make money, right? They open their doors, people come in, people come out, they purchase product, they run out of it, they come back in, they purchase some more. That's what happens. That's what I have. So I have customers who back in 2013, they, love the skincare, they love the protein, and they just shop online and they reorder. And that's a passive income that just happens then. So that is a reorder from, it's a lot of people doing a little bit. So as people are coming in and shopping, and then there are, people who are like, hey, wait a second, how do I get one of these stores on my own? I want to do my own thing. Great. So then I help them get their store started. And when I do that, Arbonne says, hey, thanks for doing that. Thanks for taking what you know how to do and support them, get them going. We are then going to give you a percentage of the volume that flows through their store. It doesn't come from them, it comes from Arbonne. So they're not making any less than they would if they would have been in my position. And so it's super fair that way. So then that keeps happening over and over and over. And it's called geometric progression. It's just, I keep doing the same thing every week, 10 to 12 hours a week, and I help other people do the same thing. And when I do that, it grows. So this is not a job. This actually grows the more that you do it. And so that's how you're able to do this 10 to 12 hours a week, but can make full-time income on it. Because when I help other people work their 10 to 12 hours a week and kind of meet their goals and reach their dreams, then I'm suddenly getting paid on 40 and 50 and 60 hours a week of work because of helping them. So what do the numbers look like attached to this? Because I was like, yep, sounds great. Okay, what is the actual, let's get down to the get down. So when you start out, everyone starts out as a consultant. So that's what Marcy is right now. And she's just doing that. She's swapping out her stuff. She's sharing, she's talking about it. She's helping people find their fit. And when you do that, then you start to grow, so she'll have some people who say, you know what, I want to shop. I want to shop with you. This sounds great. My products probably aren't super healthy for me. And this sounds really easy. It sounds like a really easy way for me to just start cleaning things up. How do I do that? So then she'll have some clients. Then she'll have people who'll be like, you know what, I really want to save a lot of money on this. And I think I know people who would really like to hear about this. So then she's going to have some people host for her, be a connector, get a few people together. She comes in and, talks about it, helps you guys experience the product. And then you as a host would be able to get about 80% off of your products, which is amazing. And then she's going to find some people who are like, I want to do this with you. This sounds really cool. And I'm ready. Like, I need something in my life like this. So then as she's sorting and kind of finding those fits, her organization grows. And so the first level then is district manager, and she's super close for being in qualification for this level. And she just started a week ago. So with this level, it's about $250 to $1,000 a month. Again, this is all based on 10 to 12 hours of work. And the reason for the variation is just kind of, the amount of volume that kind of flows through. So as you're progressing and getting to the next level, you just have more volume in that month. So that's like groceries. I mean, we needed $1,200 a month. Like that was my number to do something like this that I thought I was way too good for, because I had letters behind my name and all that stuff. But I was like, all right, if I can, $1,200, that can be the gap. That can bridge the gap from like part-time daycare to part-time work. And I think we can make it. So district manager is about that 250 to 1,000. The next level is area manager. And again, you guys, you're not doing anything different. You didn't like take on more responsibility. You're not working more hours. You just are growing something. You're helping other people get to that district manager level. So area manager is about $1,400 to $4,000 a month. And it's willable at this point. So when something like when I'm no longer here, my husband or my kids will get my Arbonne paycheck. And so that is a game changer. Like that's a legacy. So that's really leaving something, so if you're thinking like, oh gosh, we don't really have an inheritance, or I'm not quite sure, I have nothing to like, you can start now, and you can have something, you can leave it to an organization, whatever you want. So this might be like a mortgage payment, like $1,000 to $4,000. It could be part-time work. Maybe you could back down. Maybe you could go on vacations. What would that be like? Cause that's an extra about $10,000 to $30,000 a year in income, maybe a little more than that. Math is hard for me. Like that's just on top of the income you're already doing, because most people build this around a full-time something, whether they're full-time at home with kids, whether they're full-time at job, full-time school. Most people do this while they're working full-time, because busy people know how to get stuff done. The next level is regional vice president. And so this is the level that I'm currently at. And this is about $5,000 to $15,000 a month. And at this level, Arbonne also throws in $800 a month to drive a white Mercedes. So that's their company car. Our founder wanted a really safe vehicle. He knew that we'd be driving around a lot and usually having our loved ones with us, and wanted us to be safe. So again, this is still part-time work. And then the top levels, there's only 4. It's really easy. Top level is national vice president. And this is about $21,000 per month. And it's really, there's no limit. I mean, it can be 6-7 figures a month. It's just, imagine this, guys, you're paid on your efforts. How about that? When I was working as a dietitian, it did not matter if I worked in residential. If we had 8 people there in their beds, or if we had 16, it didn't matter. I still got paid the same amount. Whether I worked like crazy one week or one day, didn't matter. With this, you can control it. Like you put your foot on the gas if you want to go on that vacation, or if you want to get out of your job, earlier, or whatever you want to do. You decide, you drive it. It's totally yours. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss, which sometimes is like a really good thing. And sometimes I'm like, wait, what did I do today? Nothing. Awesome. So, but I mean, but that's great about it. It's yours. You own it. So that's kind of the income. Like that's what that looks like. So I'd encourage you guys to like pick a number and be like, oh, gosh, an extra $750, like that'd be a huge, like that would mean this for me. Or you know what, like $500 a month or $250, whatever, pick a number, because we can help you get there. We can help you if that's where you want to be, if that would really lighten your load or make your life look a little different or a lot different, like absolutely lean in to this. And so I know that there are a lot of companies like this. This is my last little thing I'm going to say. Why Arbonne? There are a ton of them. My guess is either you've been asked by someone to take a look at a company like this, or you've already been a part of a company like this, or are kind of thinking about it. Why us? So really a couple key points. We're consumable. Guys, this one's huge. We are already using these products. Most people already have a budget for these products. We certainly did. And you don't have to explain to people how to use them. You don't have to explain how to mix them and how to what, like, nope, just shampoo, just wash your hair, just wash your face, just put your mascara on, just drink your protein shake. That's all. So that one, and they run out. So people use these products, they love them, they run out of them, and they reorder them. And when that happens, that's that passive residual piece that is like seriously amazing. Health and wellness. So the arena that we are in is health and wellness. That is not going anywhere. No one's going to wake up and be like, I don't really care how I feel or how I look today, or for the rest of my life, actually. People care. People are caring more and more and getting really specific about it. People are not only wanting, anti-aging skincare, but vegan, gluten-free, anti-aging skincare that's also botanically based. So really specific. People are wanting not just a protein shake, but a plant-based protein shake, with no soy, with no gluten, no dairy, no artificial flavors. So that is everything we are. We are 100% certified vegan, cruelty-free, gluten-free, dairy-free, soy-free. Basically, you name it, we don't have it in our products, but yet they still work, which is great. So, so that's kind of why would you look at this versus, another network marketing company? And so, lastly, I just want to leave you with, Marcy kind of touched on it a little bit, but a number of 1 to 5. And so this is, again, really what this number, it means, and there's no right or wrong number, but really what it means is just, it signifies how we can best help you, how we can kind of go from here, so 1 being, I want to try some of these products. I want to swap some things out and start getting healthier. Tell me about this preferred client program where you save 20%. It sounds amazing. Okay. So then we'll do that. If you're like, Marcy, how did you get started? Like, what did you do? What does this look like? What would a day in the life, of an Arbonne person look like? Then that's a 5. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about like, how would I get started with this? And then anywhere in between, and just kind of think about that. But guys, if you're curious at all about this, lean in. I was so skeptical and I was so like, I just don't know. That sounds so great for her. But then I was like, why not me? Like, why not? And what if, and if I don't do this, I'm deciding for my family that we're not going to have these options that we maybe could have if I decide to get a little bit uncomfortable. So I would ask you to just think about that and lean in. And Marcy is like, here's the other thing. She is going for it. You want to get on board with someone who is taking this thing to the top, because that is so fun. She knows what she's doing in terms of like how to get her questions answered. She's got a vision. She's got a goal. And wow, I tell you, like, link up to that, and it's going to be super fun. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to tune in tonight or watch the recording and get with Marcy right after watching this and give her a number so we can just best serve you. So
right. And I just want to note on that for the preferred client thing, like you told me when we were over last night, Lisa.
Yeah.
The big thing is that it's November. So if you want to say, usually the preferred customer cost is $29 to sign up for a preferred customer, and they are waiving that this month. So it's free. And you get to save 20% on all products. Like, hey, I'd love to go to Target or wherever I used to do my shopping for my skincare and save an automatic 20%. We all know that's not going to happen. So I'm letting you know, it's sign up for a preferred client for this month is $0, and you automatically save 20% on all the products. So touch base with me after, give me a call, give me a text, shoot me something, and I'll help anybody get set up. This is going to be exciting.
So awesome. Yay. Okay. Thanks, guys. Have a great rest of your evening or day, and hope to see you and meet you sometime soon.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.